All right, guys, as promised, we're going to spend a lot more time working with our timers individually. I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about done bits in this video. Actually, the whole video is going to be based on done bits and kind of some stuff we could do with them. Starting out, we're going to use the TON timer, which is a timer on delay. As we go further in, we're going to change the different types of timers, but we probably won't go as deep into the bits moving forward, okay? So this one will be primarily done bits. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to show you how the done bit works again, and then we're going to start playing with it in some different ways, okay? So right now I think I have a pressure switch hooked up to this button here. So we will use this button, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab ourselves a timer. So remember, we always have to address our timers T4:0, or remember this last number will be the timer number, okay? So we can go ahead and hit enter. This is our time base. We're going to do a 1 second, and I'm just going to do 5 seconds, okay? Simulation can't do anything. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up another rung here. And I'm going to use, remember, the done bit. So the done bit is written T4:0/DN. So for done. We know that this one is the correct done bit, or it's connected to this timer over here because of our name, our title up here. We know we're the same. Remember, this one's we're going to press the button, it's going to become true, or this is a pressure switch. When the pressure switch becomes true, it will start the timer. The timer will time for 5 seconds, and when it is done, our done bit will become a 1, or it will become true. So we can go ahead and hook this guy up to a light. I believe I've got one on O:0/0, green light, perfect. And when we go ahead and download, I'll show you this, and then we're going to start adding on to this. All right, so when I press the blue button, or this pressure switch in this case, start timing. It's going to time for 5 seconds. Done. Our light comes on. Now you notice that the timer is not done, right? Or is done, but it's kind of stuck. So what if I wanted to reset that timer? We can add some more rungs with a reset, or we can go ahead and just break the path of true. So what I'm going to do here really quick is I want to show you the reset, and then I'm going to show you how to break the path of true. So let's go ahead. Oops. If you go into the timer section, there'll be this RES, which is for reset. Drag that guy down here. We'll go ahead and add another button. I believe it's I:0/4 for my reset. Yep. And then we can go ahead and we're just going to type in the timer number we would like to reset here. So T4:0 is going to reset this timer. Go ahead and download. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press my blue switch or my pressure switch. It will time for 5 seconds, and then the light will come on. If I wanted to reset it, I can hit the reset button, and oops, I'm not pressing the reset button. There, I set the reset button. All right, notice that I'm still holding the pressure switch down, and I've now pressed the reset switch. It is not resetting my timer. Or it did reset my timer, but my timer is not running now. So if I let off the reset button, all of a sudden my timer is going to start again. And it's just going to go. Now, again, I let off the button, it resets the timer, so that would be breaking the path of true. This setup right here with this reset button works great if you wanted to have a controller or a controller panel that has a reset in it. Does that make sense? If it has a button that says reset this alarm or reset this timer, okay? It is not always the best thing to do. What I would say would be better is if we break the path of true to our timer. And we can use other timers to do that. We can do limit switches, we can do all sorts of stuff that would break that path of true. All right, so let's go ahead and I want to show you that. So let's go ahead and go offline. If I went ahead and I just took this switch right here, could actually delete this one, and we're really going to do the exact same thing to change the instruction style to be true. So it would be XIO. Go ahead and download. All right, so we're going to press our pressure switch. Our timer is going to start. Our light will come on right about now. Now, if I hit my reset, it breaks the path of true for me. I let off the reset and it starts again. Okay, it's the same thing. It's just a lot more simple. All right. Now we can also do some stuff where the timer resets itself. So let's go offline here. I've already got the instruction style that I'm going to need. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to recode this one to T4:0/DN. And let's go ahead and let's see what happens to this one. So when I download, so I'm going to hit the blue button or my pressure switch. Should have labeled that one correctly, I guess. It's going to hit 5 and it's just going to restart. See how it's just restarting? This is called the free running timer. Okay. Now you're going to use free running timers a lot in sequencers. You may have something that you never want to turn off, so it's just going to be constantly free running. That's where you would use a done bit. Okay, it is sending a signal, a done signal every time it hits there, but it's happening so fast that we can't even see it in our program. Okay, so just know that this is a free running timer, and that's how you would do it. You would use a done bit to constantly reset itself. Some of the other things we can do if we went offline here, and I'm going to show you because I want to show you how we can actually continue using this this design to break the path of truth. So we're going to go ahead and add in some rungs here. Oops, why did I not just insert them where I was? Yeah, we'll do 2. So I'm going to lay out 2 more timers. Okay. This is called a cascading timer set. And what's going to happen is I'm going to have this timer 1 turn on my next timer that turns on my next timer that will reset my whole cascading timer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start coding this one to T4:0/DN. So it's when this one's done, it's going to start my next timer. This one will be timer 4:1, which I've already labeled. Oops, I need to go ahead and put 5 seconds here. 5 seconds. That was weird. And this one will be T4:2. 5. Done. Okay. And this one will be timer 4:1/DN to restart it. And then all we're going to do on this one is we're actually going to recode it for our number 2 timer. Okay. Go ahead and download this. All right, so when I go ahead and I press my limit switch here, it's going to start timing. When this one's done, it's going to start the next one, this cascade effect, okay? So this would be really popular if we were going to set up a sequence of lights or a sequence of anything. Maybe you had 3 motors that were going to need to turn on in a sequence every 30 seconds a new motor came on. This would be the way you would do it. Now you wouldn't have a reset put in place like this unless it was you wanted to set it up in a specific way. This is how you would do it. Okay. Pretty neat and handy little thing to have here. This is just the timer setup for that. We would then have multiple rungs with more done bits turning on lights, okay, or turning on motors or whatever you guys wanted to turn on at that point. So let me go ahead and I want to delete these guys. Oh, we got to go offline again. So another thing we're going to commonly see is a pressure switch like we've got set up here, and we want to turn. When that pressure switch goes off, we want it to wait a few seconds before it actually turns on an output. I'm sorry. The reason for this, the pressure switch could potentially see a spike in pressure that may last 1 second, but we don't want it to turn on an alarm. We want it to see that pressure for 3 seconds before it would turn on that alarm. So we're going to change this to 3. This is called a sensor bump delay, just so you guys know. And oops, so T4:0/DN, that, enter. And then if we wanted to turn on an alarm or a light, let's say it would be O:0/0. Yep. All right. So this is exactly the same thing we started this talk with the done bit turning on a light, but we've put it all into one rung. So it's just a little bit cleaner. It's not like it's not right. It's not a wrong way of doing things. It's a little cleaner. You see this quite a bit. The one reason is because now any instruction we put up on this side of our program will be conditional to this running, and it'll actually be conditional to the timer running too. And we could put more things down in this bottom rung if we wanted to, or we could, still extend it out. So let's go ahead and run this one. Download it. All right, so when I press my pressure switch, it's going to sense pressure for 3 seconds, and then it'll turn on our alarm or light. All right. Now, the activity that you guys are about to embark on will pretty much just be a button that turns on a timer that waits that 5 seconds and then turns on a light. Go ahead and get started on that. Good luck. I hope that this talk will make that really easy, and it will make it super easy for you guys to move forward, use these timers. So good luck.